Good morning, guys. Another day at the shop. Gonna show you some stuff, but first we're gonna answer a few comments. Yeah, we got a lot of comments when we asked you guys to ask us questions, so we figured we'd just follow up and hit a few more. 2,000 hours on finals is crazy. If the engine is 500 hours, I do finals at the same time, or maybe every 1,000 hours. Okay, didn't I say that? I don't remember. That's what I said, right? I agree with you, but I can't remember if that's what I actually said in there. But yeah, a lot of manufacturers will spec 2,000 hours on final drive service intervals, which is like, that's way too long to me. And so we usually recommend every 1,000. Some of my customers do them every oil change, like every 500. Some guys might walk their machines a lot more. So yeah, you're bang on there, Mr. Gaines 27. I don't know, service intervals they vary between machines. Like there's, I think link belt, when I was doing my link belt training, excuse me, they spec greasing your machine every 250 hours, which is crazy. I'd say like follow the OEM to a point, unless it just doesn't make sense for your application, right? What's the schmoo you're using? That clear stuff, like very expensive Vaseline. It's Molykote 111. You don't need to use that. It's something I was brought up using in my apprenticeship that my journeyman swore by. I've seen guys say like, well, it doesn't really dissolve in oil, but that's okay. Neither does anaerobic sealant, right? The reason I use it is like I'm not jamming it inside like filter orifice. Like you saw me gooping up that housing, that's all gonna stay outside, right? It's not gonna go into the fuel, right? But it's gonna lubricate the threads and everything, you know, and it's a very inert sealant. I think it's actually, somebody told me it was actually originally used for food, like the food processing industry, so it has to be very inert, and food processing stuff is usually very expensive. So it is an expensive goop, but I like it. The guys like using it. It's real sticky too, so when you're putting O-rings on like a code 61 or 62 face, or even like ORFs and stuff, you can like goo it up. Vaseline does work well for that too, but I mean, we just buy the Molykote. That's kind of what we go for, right? I mean, it doesn't always go over well pulling on a big dirty tub of Vaseline on a site, especially with a big brown thumbprint in the middle of it, you know? Might get some questionable looks from the operator. You might get some winks from the operators, if anything, you know. But yeah, that's what we use a lot on like O-rings and stuff. Got to upgrade to Starlink if you haven't already. Yeah, man, Starlink is expensive. And I got like 6 trucks to put on. Like, nah, I can't be doing that. I like the idea of it, but I don't have it here. I got a Zoleo that a lot of times we take it sledding more than anything. But we have a Zoleo satellite communicator, so it'll like send texts with that through the app. So, I mean, it's good for emergencies. Maybe if, you know, Zach or one of the guys ends up being stuck on a remote job for an extended amount of time, we might look at getting a Starlink. One of my buddies has one, Richard over at Backwood. He's on the Takamo channel, by the way. Check him out, his video, his big service truck. Yeah, Richard's got a Starlink, and he swears by it, but I'm like, well, it's great, but do I put, 6 Starlinks on 6 trucks and pay 6 subscriptions? Like that's crazy, right? Paying like $1,200 a month for Starlink. So I don't know, we'll see. If we have the demand for it, maybe we'll end up getting 1 or 2 of them, but it's a good idea. Otherwise, yeah, go check out the shop. I'll be out there. I just gotta take care of some stuff here and go see what Sam's doing.
Me all sniffly and shit. So we are doing some line boring today. I know there's a couple of comments that were asking to show how it's done. I'm probably the wrong guy for it because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time either. But yeah, so pretty much on all the pin bores that are, well, I can show you on this one. On the pin bores that don't have bushing on them, they sometimes get wallered out. You can see how that pin's just fucking moving back and forth in there. So what we do is that we bore it out. Show you on this one, I guess, because it's still somewhat fresh. But you pretty much weld it up and then skin it down. And then you cut it down to where you get your final spec like this. And that measures in just below 4 inches. And I can just take up the rest by hand. So I believe it's that pin right there that's gonna be going through this bore. This is the old one that came out of it. See, it got chowdered up, just wear and tear. I mean, those bores don't have any grease that go through it, but I don't know why they just don't put bushings in everything. It would be a lot easier. Then you wouldn't have to do this shit. I'm just cutting it down right now. Keep cutting it down until it gets within spec, and then I just have to sneak up on it, because it really sucks when you can cut it and then it's too big, and then you gotta do the whole fucking process again. So. Okay, it's getting a little bit dull, but it still fucking cuts, so fuck it.
What's a good line boring technique?
Fucking take small cuts, I guess. Because if you get greedy, then it just starts breaking bits. And also, make sure that the bar is fucking true. That's fucking me up.
You say line boring has a big learning curve?
Yeah. Not like super huge, but like it's finicky. It's finicky work. You can't do it like other times where you can measure once, cut twice. This one, you just fucking constantly measure. Apparently they came like it, but they're just regular set of fucking calipers, Jesus. But they've just got little fucking screws off the end of it, and they're handy for just measuring the bores. Just want to make sure that both sides are even, and then you just see where it's at. So I'm at 3.486 inches. And usually all the bores are metric, but this one's weird because it's all fucking standard, which kind of pisses me off because I gotta convert everything. But yeah, I already did all my measurements and shit that I needed. That's why it looks like fucking crazy man fucking wrote all over this shit.
Talking about our fancy bore calipers.
Yeah. I fucking love these things.
They work, you know what, they work really good for quick reference. We also got the inside mics for like really precise, right? So when we start getting down to like the 1 thou mark and you gotta measure that, we got inside mics as well.
Anyways, I forgot what my measurement was, but it's fine because I'm still not at the end of it.
How often do you line bore?
Pretty often. We actually get a lot. We get a lot of work for it. So
Is that pretty rare for a shop to get a lot of work for line boring?
shops don't have, or most places don't have it. Like usually like dedicated guys that only do line boring, and that's all they do full time. There's a lot of money in it. This is an inside mic, and it's got little adapters, so you can space it out more or less, whatever you want. With it, you just have to make sure, like it's got the measurements on the outside, so like that one's 25 mil, this one's 50 mil. You just have to add that to your final spec. This is how you get like really precise measurements. So I still got a lot to go still, so it doesn't really matter like how much farther I go out. I mean, obviously you don't want to take off a ton because then it just really up. But once you start sneaking up to that final measurement, then you do kind of like what I did here. You might be able to see it. I don't know. You can sort of see like a little line right there. It's just like a little cut here, but you just take a little test cut. You measure that, and that was coming in a little bit more than what I wanted. So I took it out, set the tool up again, a little bit shallower, and I recut it, measured it, and then it was good. So I just cut the rest of it. But you just want to sneak up. Oh, yeah. dark, eh? It's not, you can't even see it. Like, that's what I mean. It's like hair, but that
There's a
little,
line there.
yeah, there's a line there. Trust me, guys. Not crazy. I see lines, but yeah. So you just gotta sneak up, and be sneaky deaky like sneaky peeky.
We need you. Not you. No, Ben. There's that 4-inch pin there on the welding bench. You're gonna cut it down, okay? I need you to, you know how to use the torch?
Yeah.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah, stick it in the vise on the truck. I don't want you doing it in the shop because I don't want you to light anything on fire. Okay, but you just set up the torch and cut the pin down. He needs like a test slug so he can test fit the bores.
Okay.
So he'll show you where he wants it cut. Have you ever cut with a torch before?
I'm yawning over here. Don't fool me. Was that before?
Okay, so the only difference between heating up and cutting is just heat it a little more and then blast it. All right, ready to cut.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, that's right. Here, you wear these ones. Wear those ones, nerd. Come on.
I can't see out of those.
Why not?
Put them on so you can see.
How am I gonna put it on over my
How
glasses?
bad are your eyes?
Very bad. Legally blind bad.
Well,
yeah.
I don't think they make like safety squints like that. Just go grab a welding hood.
I'll do that.
Yeah. I'll wear these. I'll wear these and I'll show you how to set up the torch. So you need a striker first. And don't buy these shitty strikers. These ones suck. The roundy ones, for whatever reason, they don't work as good. Get the tri-flint strikers. They work way better. I mean, these, I don't know, these ones wear out really quick. These ones have 3 different flints on them. And these ones, the flint's really short, so you got a lot more to go there. And I find they just spark better. So, junk in the bin. So I can't see so what? First try. Okay. You don't always have to look like Doc Ock, but it helps. Okay. So what I do, when you go to open these, the first thing you do, if your regulators haven't been on yet, you're supposed to crack the valve, which blows out any dust in between there. That was what we were told. Now you got a wet glove. That's cool. Anyways, yeah, just give it a little and then put your regulators on. That just blows any dust and debris out that might be sitting inside the opening there, right? Oxygen. It's a little high, but we'll go with it. Now your oxygen valve, you always open up, and it's a double seat valve. You open it all the way till it's not snug, but like till it's seated, right? Always open your ogen all the way. I usually run mine I usually go 40 PSI. I mean, it depends on your tip size a little bit, but for a rule of thumb, I would do like 14 and 40 or like 15, 50, and then just kind of dial it from there. So 14 and 40 is kind of like a good starting point, right? Now, our acetylene, we don't open all the way. A few reasons. The first one, I don't actually know why. I was just told not to. Second reason, if I need to close this for whatever reason, because this is the danger bottle. This is the actual fuel. This is the flammable one. Oxygen, yeah, it's oxygen will blow up too, but this is like our fuel, right? This is not as dangerous on its own. This is. If you got to close this in a hurry, you're closed. This one, you're cranking her down. You know what I mean? So if you got to close it in a hurry, you just can, you know what I mean? So I always do like, you know, 1-ish turn. That's about it. You know, this is low pressure as well, so it's not like it's not high flow or anything. 1 turn is plenty. And then dial your pressure in. So now we're sitting at about 14 PSI on our regulator. Okay, let's start. So I will show you how to set it up. So you get your flint, put your lid down. Let's get our flame set up. So open your fuel, your gas.
I can't see anything.
You can't see? Well, you can have your eyes up for now.
Yeah.
It's not bright yet. You know. So this, you see all that black smoke? it's all diesel-y and gross. We want to open that up until we get rid of the black smoke, mostly. Kind of cleaned up the flame. And you got that point, now you can open your Ogin. This is where you're gonna get like either it might just pop and turn off and then just restart it. Don't open it too quick. Now you might need your gogs. No, and it should be noisy when you're doing it. Like the flame should hurt your ears to a point. Like if it's not loud, it's not doing much. This tip's really dirty. Go get a block of wood. I'll show you a little trick for cleaning them. So we got our cone. Yeah, I'll put that here. Okay, you get your cone set up. When you press that, you don't want those cones to go bigger. They should stay the same shape. So now we now my cones aren't like growing, they're just kind of staying the same. Right? That's when we want to cut wheat, right? But now you got a nice hot flame, and of course it's backfiring and popping like crazy. And so I'll show you a little trick to cleaning it up. We burn some wood, carbonize it, and just let's see how. I don't hear any more backfiring, so. Okay. This is the good part of the pin, right? So I would even cut like right on your line, right? We got to heat this right up. Okay, so get everything nice and hot. And what you're gonna see is the metal start to sweat. So get real close here and just watch. You see it start to sweat? There. Right, it's literally liquefying. At that point, don't hit the oxygen because it'll just blow all over you, right? Especially on a round pin here. I always turn my fuel off first, then my oxygen, by the way. That's what I do. But I'll turn this off for now so I can tell you what I'm gonna do next, or what he's gonna do next, because I'm done. I'm fucking done. You got the rest of it. When you're torching round pins and you're trying to cut them, the best thing when you're torching, when you want to cut something, is to cut from an edge and work your way in. How do you cut from an edge on a round object? There is no edge. It's a round object. How do you find the corner of a round room, right? Go stand in the corner of the round room. Yeah. So if you're cutting on here, I would start from the edge if this was steel. But because this is round, there's no edge. So there's no edge here, there's no edge there. So what I usually do is I just heat up half the pin as much as I can. You know, if you heat this up, you see where it's just started to melt away. If you try to blow through that, because ideally you want to be perpendicular to your cutting surface, not like this. On a pin, you can't do much about that, right? So I usually heat, and I'll kind of wash it, and then I'll start, and I'll gotta watch out because it's gonna spray. That's why hood, gloves, apron if you got one, or coveys, you know. Right? But just kind of work it slow. Once you actually start getting that cut, you'll see the lines start going through. Then you can kind of apply a little more and just stay steady on it and just. This will cut like a 5-inch pin, like no problem, if you can get it hot enough though, right? So the whole premise of oxyacetylene cutting is we're oxidizing the metal. We're getting it hot enough that the metal's burning away. That's why you get the slag. It's all oxidized, right? So. If it's not hot enough, it's not going to cut. Because guys are probably going to ask about the wood block thing. I don't know. It's just kind of a janky old like pirate trick I learned from a guy. My buddy Josh, who worked with us at Pollard back in the day, just showed me that. I don't know. It was like just carbonize it and then just run your torch on it, and it kind of like back feeds and explosively cleans your tip out. You know, it works good. It's like a nice quick way. Otherwise you have to use stupid tip cleaners. Yeah, I was cleaning the tips out with a tip cleaner, and he said, "What are you doing? Cleaning my torch, right?" And of course, in typical journeyman fashion, "That's stupid. Don't do that. Do this." Throws a piece of wood on the ground and just burns it, and just right. You get that like little machine gun crack, crack, crack. Then you know it's working, right? But quick and dirty way to clean your torch tip when you're out in the field doing something. If you don't have, you know, the thing is you don't have time to take this tip off every time and it's hot, and clean it out whenever it gets plugged. So burn some wood and right. So little trick for you. Your teacher's gonna tell you it's the wrong way. I'm telling you, it works. I don't know, nothing wrong with that. Anyways, here you go. That's for you. This is also for you. Take it, handle it with care.
I mean, it's fun watching him, but I know I was in the same situation, so. But I'm just honing this anyways right now. So that's the honer. So you got the wipers, you got the stones threaded in and out. You make like small adjustments with this nut, you make big adjustmts with this one. And then you just spray some lube on her.
For those watching and thinking that I'm an absolute idiot, this is my first time using oxyacetylene to cut something. And it just so happens to be a 4-inch shaft.
What the?
Excuse me if I'm a little bit
This right here is our line bore machine from good old Italy. You got your feed unit, and then you got your drive unit. And these are two different ones. They just bolt together here, and then they connect to the bearing cone that you got right there. Kind of like that one over there. Slips onto that bearing. That's what it mounts to. So this guy, let's see. Oh fuck, let me turn it on first. Good. So that just drives your bar in and out. This unit spins it. So you got two different directions depending on which way you're cutting or which way the tool's facing. Then you got two different modes too. So if you're facing,
What do the modes do?
so this one, being in this mode, spins a lot slower. As you can see here, the ripums. You got 140 ripums, or you got 470 ripums. And with cutting for this one, because it's electric drive, I know the hydraulic ones cut a lot slower, but the electric drive ones, they like spinning fast for cutting. But for the 140, that's like if you're bringing down the face of the machine. So facing would be, instead of cutting the bore, you'd be taking off the face. So sometimes the faces get worn down and you gotta build it back up. This one we can see is mushrooming, but it's not bad. I'm not doing any facing today. Why are you carrying that thing? Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, I cooled it down, of course.
Yeah, with what?
Huh?
With what? You just blew on it with your mouth, or? Kids these days, I tell ya. I'm just gonna see if this pin slides through or not. Give a little bit of love to that one a bit. I think it's a little bit tight. I haven't polished any of these yet, but she's gonna go in there. She's gonna fucking go. Yeah, okay. I'll just give her a little old bit polish. Exact fit, boy. Look at that. Might still hone it out a little bit, but just like barely any play. That's how you want her. Just like that. Just like that. So, now I could probably knock this get it out of here. Start setting up on that back one now. Get that one cut down for the oversized bushings. And then move on to the next.
How was doing your first pin?
The pin's a bit scary at first, to be honest. And then I got the hang of it.
Feel more confident now?
Yeah, I can cut anything. I can cut you. I can cut you in half with a
Cameraman doesn't get cut, bro.
Blue tarts. That concludes our day.